Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we'll start plan to produce. This is manufacturing. This is a long chapter. It has like 16 lessons. So we will try to go for 5 or 6 lessons today. And then next week, inshallah, we'll try to finish this chapter. So now this is the business process for plan to produce. The first step is to create a cost estimate. This is the planning phase, by the way. So we try to create the cost estimate, and then we create the sales operation plan. Sales operation plan means how many items we will make or manufacture in this month or next month. So we may have a plan for whole year, we may have a plan for whole month, or whatever is the plan. And then we will transfer that operations plan to the demand management. Okay, so once we will transfer the sales operation plan to the demand management, in other words, we want 50 bicycles in January and 60 bicycles in February and 100 bicycles in March. So we'll transfer these quantities to the demand management. So once those values get transferred to the demand management, then it will determine the requirement. Any material requirement planning will kick in, and it will let us know that how much shortage of material we are having, the raw material here. So if it is enough, then we will start manufacturing. If the shortage of material is there, then it will create the purchase requisition, so we can make purchases for that material. So from there, we'll convert the plan order to the production order. So, and then we will release the production order. By the way, creating a production order is not enough. So we can create the production order, it will get a status of create, and then we will release the production order. Until we release the production order, it will not, manufacturing will not start. So with the release production order, it will get a status of REL. So you will see two statuses. One is create and second one is release. So based on that, it will kick in. And then with this release of production order, we will start staging the material. For example, we have like 5 workstation in our routing. So all the workstation will have those material which is required there. And then we'll start the manufacturing activities. And once the manufacturing is finished, we will do the goods receipts. So good receipt will happen in the warehouse management. So after the manufacturing, the things will go to the warehouse, and so there we will make the good receipts. At the end of the manufacturing, we will calculate the variance. Variance is like, we have a plan cost, and then we have the actual cost. So maybe we have we plan for a product as a particular cost, and then when we were doing the manufacturing, maybe the prices get changed, or maybe the taxes got increased, or it could be it could be any reason. So maybe we have a different price, actual price. and then we will settle the order. So, for example, I ordered, like, I am a company and I ordered 50 bicycles. So this company will manufacture 60 bicycles. So at the end of the day, they will set the order against my purchase order. So I have to pay the money and they will give me the bicycles. So this is what we call settle the order. Um, any question on this slide, guys? So this was the business process of plan to produce, any manufacturing business processes. And now we'll talk about the organizational data that we are using in this manufacturing. And by the way, any manufacturing record you create, you will have all these organizational data, any client, company code, plant, and storage location. So they will be with every transaction. So we know about the client is a organization, the enterprise. Company code is basically defining a company that we may have more than one company in this client, like US company and German company. So every transaction belongs to US will have the US company code, and every transaction from Germany will have the German company code. And then we have plant and the storage location. So this is these four organization data uh, are available in the logistics, in all applications of logistics, whether it's a material management or it is a sales and distribution or manufacturing or maintenance. You will find all these four um, organizational data in that. Any question, guys, on this one? Now, so after organizational data, we will talk about master records. So we have like material master because we are manufacturing the material, and then we have a bill of material as well. So we'll see what is bill of material. So if you look at the material master record, maybe if I get a chance, I can. Okay, in the material master records, we have different views. As I told you before, a material master record has lots of columns. Some columns are related to the general data, some columns are related to accounting, some columns are related to sales and distribution and purchasing, and some columns for MRP. So what SAP has done, all different column, for example, any column related to sales and distribution. So it created a tab in the application for the sales and distribution. And similarly, all columns related to purchasing will be available in purchasing tab. And accounting column will be available in accounting tab. And for MRP, we have like 4 screens for MRP, MRP1, MRP2, MRP3, MRP4. So 4 tabs are available for MRP. So basically, they have divided data into different views. And for security reason, only sales and distribution guys will be able to make changes into the sales and distribution in the tab. They may not have any access to the accounting tab, or they may not have any access of writing into MRP tab or material management tab. So our data is any material master data is divided into different views. Now, if you see, we have some columns for some views for MRP, and MRP has like 4 views. MRP has 4 views: MRP1, MRP2, 3, and 4. So in these views, we have like very important data that is used. So for example, MRP type, if we this MRP type actually determines whether how the material is planned. Are we going to use this material in MRP, or are we going to use this material in consumption-based planning, or no planning at all? So this is what we can specify a key, and then it will process accordingly for this material. Lot size, yani if we want to make this material or purchase this material, are we going to buy in a each item, or we have to buy in a lot? So lot size might be 100 or 500 or 1000. So the minimum purchase will be based on that lot size. And similarly, the manufacturing of that materials, if it is used as a raw material, then manufacturing also will be according to the lot size. So lot size means the quantity that we are going to purchase or we are going to produce for this material. So it is not possible that we can only manufacture one bike, it will be very costly. So we can have at least minimum group of like 100 bicycles or 200 bicycles that we can manufacture. So lot size will be like 100, or lot size might be 200. Then we have another column, very important, that is procurement type. Yani how the material will be procured, whether we are going to purchase externally or we are going to manufacture this material internally within the factory. So this column mentioned that part. Then we have in-house production time. If we want to manufacture this in-house, then it will take like 8 days to produce this material. Now, safety stock, it gives you the quantity. In case we have unexpected high demand of this product, so we must keep some safety stock. So those unexpected high order will be purchased. Give me a second, guys. So, regarding our safety stock, we talk about that. It helps in unexpected order or unexpected demand about any product. So we have a safety stock to satisfy that. We do have a strategy group. Strategy group is what kind of strategy you have for manufacturing. Would you like to make and stock? This is what we call make to stock. So whenever the order comes in, you just sell it, from that stock. Or you can produce by lot size, or you can produce by for any particular sales order. or you can prepare the assemblies, and later on you can, fix them and make the product. So depending on what kind of strategy you have or your manufacturing, that will come in this column. Then we have availability check. If this column is there, yani at the time of purchase order, at the time of reservation of material for manufacturing as a raw material, the system will make the availability check, whether this material is available or not. If it is not available, then we have to, manufacture, or we have to purchase this raw material for our. So this is very important slide from MRP point of view, from manufacturing point of view. These 4 slides are very important, and these are the main these are the main main columns that we. And from exam point of view, these columns are very important. So one must know all these columns. Now, so this was the material master record. Now we are coming to the bill of material master record. Now, what is bill of material? Usually, if you see here, it is known as BOM. By the way, there's a joke, rather serious joke. There were SAP guys. They were sitting on an airport, and they were talking about the bill of material. So instead of saying bill of material, they were saying bomb. The security guys came and they catch them up, and they went through the investigation. So please, whenever you have to use this word, use carefully and say bill of material. So don't go for the shortcut like bomb. Is not safe, especially these days. So yeah, so bill of material is it contains all the components or the assemblies which you need to produce the material. Okay, so for example, I want to make a pump. Now the pump needs all these all these components or assemblies to manufacture. And an item of a BOM, for example, item of a BOM, this item might be the 0040 item. This might contain another bill of material, So it is possible, but all bill of material are always single level. But it is possible that one component may contain its own bill of material. So if we say all BOMs are single level, answer is yes. And by the way, we use this bill of material for manufacturing in the production. We use this bill of material for costing as well. So these are the applications of the bill of material. We can use it for costing, we can use it for procurement, we can use it for product costing, we can use the bill of material for MRP, And another thing is the bill of material may contains document or text items. If we nowadays, if you go to some big stores to buy a table or a chair, so we get the drawing of how to assemble this chair. So that document is also the part of bill of material.
सर ये सेकंड कॉलम क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है आइटम के साथ 100-100 और 100-200?
ये तो I think it's a item number, material number, and this might be, I'm not sure, this might be operation, especially when we go for the 10, 20, 30, 40 operation numbers. Operation number on different work centers. Maybe if you see the screen, then you will see that these are the operations. This is operation number 10, this is operation number 20. So whenever you go for the manufacturing, this material might be required at this point, and this material is required at this point. So these are different operations. These operations will be assigned to different work centers, Let me see if I have some picture to share with you that can. In the next slides, inshallah, you'll see some this information more clear. So, yeah, this is operation and this is material number. Now, the structure of bill of material. Huh? This is again, this slide is very important, especially from the usage point of view. They may ask you a question of what are the usage of bill of material. At that time, you can say that we can use it in a production, we can use it for product costing, we can use it for purchasing, we can use it for MRP, maybe for design. We can use it for designing a product, prototype. So we have many usage for the bill of material. So this might be an exam question. Now, this is also a very important slide from the exam point of view, and especially they may ask you for item categories, and we have the item categories like stock item or non-stock item or variable size item and document item. So these are very important. And another important, again, we have here, usage is also there. Now, this is the header of the BOM. So any settings here apply to the whole bill of material. And the bill of material is usage determines the business application. This is, again, exactly these words are the exam question. Bill of material usage determines the business application. What is the business application? Are we using it for production or MRP or costing, or designing a product or for selling, So we have many business application for which we are using this column. BOM usage determines different business applications. So, and you must set the status of this bill of material. If it is active, then you can use it in the MRP. If it is not active, then the system will ignore and it will not calculate or you not use it into the MRP. We have the item categories. So we have different item categories: stock item, non-stock item, and very clear, and variable size item. This is a variable size item. You can think like, if you go to a tailor shop and we say, okay, we would like to have, we want to make a dress. So they may say, okay, you need, 6 meters of cloth. But if the size of, if the width size is higher or bigger, then he may say that, okay, you need 3 meters of cloth. So that is what we call variable size item. So mostly, we need some sheets. So this variable size is used for those sheets, the, width and the length and the, thickness of the sheet. That is a variable size item. So if you enter a different size, it will recalculate how much material is required for that. And then at the end, we have the document item. So these are very important from the exam point of view, guys. Now, so we are done with the organizational data. We talk about the master data. We were having like material master and bill of material. So there were 2 master data that we talk about, and there were 4 organizational data: client, company code, plant, and storage location. Now we'll go for production processes. So we'll talk about routing and work center. Now, if you see here, we are having we are producing a pump, and this is my bill of material. Now, if you remember that you were saying 10, 20, 30, 40, these are the operations. So operation number 10 is and staging the material, and operation number 20 is flying a wheel for that. And then we are having work centers. So these are the work centers. This 10, 20, 30, 40 is the routing. So from this work center, we'll go to the next work center, and the next, and the next, and the next, So these are our work centers, and these are our operations for that. And this is the time, how much this operation will take time, how much this operation will take time. So this is the time standard, values which we can set for each operation. From exam point of view, this is also very important. From exam point of view, this slide is very important. So basically, if they may ask you for routing, so you can say the routing contains the steps that are necessary for the production. Okay, and these steps, we call them operations. So this is from exam point of view. This statement is very important. A material can have multiple routing based on the lot size. Now I usually give the example of different routing. For example, we have a processing unit, and we are making a yogurt. So it is possible to you can boil the milk, and then you can add some old yogurt to just as a raw material, and then you can put the salt. So that is one way. Another process is that you can boil the milk, and then you can put the salt first, and then you can put the yogurt. So now we have a second routing. So in this way, you can make, or if you're making a bike, you can put the handle first and seat later on, or seat the first and handle later on. So these kind of so we can have different routings for manufacturing a product. Standard values are time. These are the standard values which are assigned to each operation, and these will be used in your calculations, how much time it will take to produce the material. Two important columns, the routing group. The routing group will identify different routing, two routing that have different production steps for one material. So if we have like 222, and it has a routing which have different steps. We might be having 221. It is having another different steps for the producing the material. So the routing group is very important. We have to know that. And this group counter is usually for the lot sizes. So we have lot size of 100 or 500 or 1000. So maybe 01 is for 100, and 02 is for 500, and 03 is for 1000. So depending on this group counter, it will start manufacturing. And from that point of view, we may have a different routing onto our workstations as well. Now, this is again another slide for routing and bill of material. You may expect a question from routing and bill of material as well. So whenever you create a routing, so you will have a production version, So this is the default production version is 001. You may have another version of 002 and 3 and 4. So depending on production version, you can, so when you start the manufacturing, when you release the production order, at that time, components, the raw materials are procured and consumed at the start of the operation. Yani, we released the production order. Now the manufacturing will start. As soon as you release, you can stage the material. Now, we need this material A on operation number 20, and operation material B and C, we need it on the operation number 30. So these components material will be assigned to different workstations for different operations. Any material that is, for example, we are having material A, B, C, and D, and the D material we did not assign. Okay, so that material D will automatically be assigned to the operation 10, the first operation. So all material that you have not specified will be assigned to the first operation. And at the same time, when you are assigning the material, you can also assign the production resource tools. Production resource tools. What are those production resource tools? For example, you have measuring tape. You need it at operation number 20. So you will assign measuring tape to operation number 20. You can use it and you can keep it, and then you can use it again. So, I mean, these are the tools that that remain with you, that doesn't get consumed. For example, you have a screwdriver or a pliers, so you need it, so you can use it and you can then use it for later operation as well, or you can give it back. So the production resource tool will not be consumed. And there might be a question on production resource tools as well, by the way. So, along with other material, you can assign production resource tool as well, you can in the routing. Work centers are available for production, example of the work center could be a machine. Group of machines is also a work center. Production line. Employees, a group of employees are an example of work center. Maybe we are having we are manufacturing tables. So we have carpenters and we have production resource tool. The screwdrivers and the pliers and the hammer and all those stuff, measuring tape, the saw. So yeah, so work center could be a machine, group of machine, or production line, or employees. Now you have the BOM, the bill of material, you have the routing data, you have the work center. So these three data are very important in production planning. Bill of material, routing, and workstation, work center. So these three data are very important in production planning. So in work center, what kind of data is there? Maybe scheduling. You can do the scheduling of this work center. This work center will be used for 10 minutes, but we have a lot size of like 100. So 100 times 10 minutes. And after that time, this work center will be available. So we can schedule the next manufacturing based on this calculation. It will be used for costing as well. Oh, for this material, we need this machine for 10 minutes. Okay. And so maybe we can calculate per hour, if you use this machine for 5 hours or 3 hours, then it will be how much cost it will occur, how much electricity will be used, the man hours, the man who is running this machine, the cost of that person as well. So we can, use the work center data for capacity planning, for routing. So, yeah. So basically, operations and activities are carried out at the work centers. And by the way, standard values we have seen on the previous screen. Standard values basically is a planned value that will be used to carry out operation on that particular workstation. So we have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. These are the planned values. We are planning for that. Maybe, there is a glitch and then it might take 20 minutes, So these are the planned values for the work centers, meaning execution time we are talking about. And if we can assign a cost center to that particular, work center, and that will be a link to the cost accounting, for that. So any production order, any workstation that is happening on that point, all the cost happening on that workstation will be going to the cost accounting as well. Now we'll see the integration between the controlling and the production planning. So we'll see the cost center, master data, and then we'll see the work center and the cost center, how they are related to each other. So let's see the cost center. Okay. This is basically managerial accounting. Okay. So we have a primary cost element and we have a secondary cost element. These two cost elements are from managerial accounting. Now, this primary cost element has a link with the financial accounting. A secondary cost element does not have any link with the cost account, with the financial accounting. Now, if you see, we have a general ledger, and this general ledger is based on this chart of account. So, and this has a link with the primary cost element. Any transaction you make in the financial accounting, any expense posting, or any revenue posting, that will automatically be posted to this through this primary cost element, and it will reach the managerial accounting, the cost accounting. Primary cost element, some examples like material cost or personnel cost or energy cost, any cost or expense related entry will be going through this one. And revenue as well, if we are selling some products, so revenue entry will also be passed on through the primary cost element. But remember, this primary cost element belongs to managerial accounting, and easy way to remember is the cost. Cost means cost accounting. Secondary cost element means cost accounting. And this secondary cost element has no connection with the financial accounting. It will be internally, in the managerial accounting. Now, in secondary cost elements are like, production cost, material overheads, production overheads. So all those costs which are related to overheads or production, those are, administered here in this area. I need some time. I'm receiving a call, guys. Sorry for that, guys. Today I'm receiving unexpected phone calls. So yeah, this is primary cost element and secondary cost element. Almost all the direct cost will be coming through the finance, to the costing, to the managerial accounting, and all overhead charges or production cost related cost will directly come to the secondary cost element. We'll see how they can come to directly to the secondary cost element, because we have different cost objects like cost centers and production orders, processes. These are all cost objects. So when and work center is also a kind of cost center where the costs are occurring. So we can transfer some cost directly from the work center or from the cost center or from the production order. So those are directly coming to the internal, cost accounting directly. Now, if you see here on this slide, this is the hierarchy of the cost center, guys. So we can create cost centers. We have to create, it's a master data, So cost center is a master data in the controlling area. And it is the part of cost center accounting, cost center accounting component. Keep track of all cost that happens on that particular cost center. Example, the photocopy machine, every time you purchase a paper for that, you will keep on assigning the cost center number as well. So at the end of the month, when you calculate on that particular cost center, you will get all the costs. Maybe you purchase the paper 10 times, so you will be assigning that cost center number to that purchase order. And similarly, if you're buying a toner or you're paying a bill for telephone of that, or bill of electricity or bill of anything, or human resource cost, that will all assign to that particular cost center. So at the end of the month, you can assign. And by the way, this is also possible that you can have an estimate or plan cost that, okay, I'm planning that, okay, I'll be, if I get the photocopy machine, I'm expecting that it will be like $1,000 per month cost. Any cost of the human resource plus the cost of the electricity, the rent place of that photocopy machine, toners. And so when the actual cost happen after 1 month, you will have an actual cost as well. So at that time, you can have a comparison and see the variance, which cost, planned and actual are same, or actual is more than the plan, or actual is less than the planned cost. So that is also possible. This kind of analysis or this kind of comparison is possible on your cost objects. And if you see here, we are defining the cost centers in our organization, and we have the header group, and then we have different cost centers. So basically, this is these cost centers are the cost collector. Any cost happen to that particular, you can keep on adding those cost center numbers into in that particular transaction. At the end, you can say, okay, count everything or calculate everything on this cost center number, so you will get the final amount. So this is the cost center, master record. In this one, you have a cost center on the top, the controlling area. Since this cost center belongs to managerial accounting, so the controlling area is also a part of managerial accounting. That is why we are having a link of this cost center with with the controlling area. There is a question in the exam on this cost center master data. Especially, they may ask for the responsible person. So they may say, we have a contact person in the cost center. No, there is no contact person. There is a responsible person. Okay, so they may change the wording of some of the words just to know. And this is the hierarchy, guys, cost center hierarchy. The top hierarchy will be available here. If you just go back, if you just go back, you see there. This is the cost center, and this is the hierarchy of that. So MT120 is the top hierarchy that you can specify. Or if you are here, then this is the top hierarchy. If you are here, then this is the top hierarchy, And also you can assign the profit center. So profit center accounting will be, and profit center accounting is also the part of controlling, is also the part of managerial accounting. Every cost center will have a unique standard hierarchy. So if you just go back, you see here, each cost center has a unique hierarchy. This is not available here, So they are all, this is M, this is H, this is, different. So every hierarchy is different and unique, Now, on this cost center, some activity will happen. Okay, so on photocopy machine cost center, photocopy activity will happen. On, for example, we are consulting company, so this is a cost center because this is my office, is my cost center. So on this cost center, we are having consulting activities, and every consultant charge like $100. So we will have activity price and activity type and the cost center. So any activity we perform against any order, so we will charge that amount to that. Maybe we are having a cost center, we are providing services to another cost center. So the amount will go to that particular cost center. So he will be paying us for our services. So basically, this is all managerial accounting. This production order is or maintenance order. This is part of controlling, managerial accounting. Cost center again is a cost accounting, managerial accounting. Project processes, they're all managerial accounting. So we are transferring cost within the secondary cost element. We have primary cost element and secondary cost element. So this is secondary cost elements. Now, so on this cost center, we are having activity price. So this is the activity type, this is the price, and price per unit, maybe 1 hour. So if senior consultant is hired for 1 hour, then he will be charging like $300. Or this might be a 1 day, So consulting for 1 day is $300. So now we have cost centers, and then the activity happening on that cost center, that activity has a price and the unit, So this will help us in calculating the costs. So we create the cost center and the activity type master record. This is the master record, by the way. Cost center is also a master record. And we made a link of this activity type and the cost center. You see here, we are having a cost center number. If I just go back, Can we see the cost center number here? No, it is not available. But this is the same cost number which we are specifying here, 30100. So we will use this activity type to allocate the cost for the other cost centers. Yani, if we are making a photocopy, at the end of the day, we'll charge according to this price, you know. Now, if you see here, this is the relation between the cost center and the work center in the production. So all the activity types are linked to the cost centers. Yani every cost center will have the activity type. So we have 10 cost centers, we'll be having 10 activity types. Or maybe we have on 10 cost centers, we are having the same activity type. Yes, that will be linked to all 10 cost centers then. So basically, there will be a link of activity type and the cost center. And now this is controlling managerial accounting. And this managerial accounting has a link with the work center. So this is like an integration point, integration between the work center and the cost center and the activity type. So cost center is assigned to work center, you know. And this will ensure that any manufacturing activity performed at this work center will get the value from this activity type, you know. So I think this is the last slide for today's lecture, inshallah. Next topic, the product cost estimate. This is another topic that will, inshallah, start next week. So if you have any question, guys, then you can please ask me.